Well, it's time to finish moving the garden, or at least try to get a lot more done. Our garden's been over here on the north side of the property since we moved into this place we moved in 10 years ago or so, but it's been here for more than 5. But my wife planted a tree, which now shades a good portion of the garden. A bush that was here starts to shade, and it just doesn't get the sunlight it used to get. The compost bins and the chicken coop are right there, but we're gonna go and move it over here. We got some free dirt the other day, and got a couple of raised beds built, some 5-gallon buckets prepped and ready to go, and the beginning of a greenhouse. But on the south side of our property, we get lots of sun, a little bit of evening shade from some trees that you can't see because of this great big huge oak. And that won't be too bad. We're hoping to be moving in a couple of years. But in the meantime, we want more fruit, more vegetables out of this garden. So I'm going to see if I can move some of these raised beds to the other side to save some money. Because part of gardening is saving as much money as you can. Anyway, it's time to get started. All right, so I have 3 beds out. These 2 smaller ones right here are the oldest ones. When we bought the place, it was a sandbox, and we cut it in half. And well, as expected, I lost some to rot. Our top boards look pretty good still, but these bottom ones, well, there's not much I'm going to do about those. So I'm going to take these 2 beds and turn them into one, so that we'll be good to go. The last bed's going to have to wait until the garlic's done. And the garlic sure looks good. And then I'll have lots of dirt to move from over here all the way over to there. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having this project done, and I'll bring you back along here in just a little bit. All right, so here we are at the new garden area. These 2 beds here are the ones I'm currently working on. I ended up cutting these in half with chainsaws because I couldn't get the sawzall to cut through. I didn't have a sharp enough blade. And while I cut this bed in 2, apparently, see if you can see it here, one bed was wider than the other. So I'm hoping I might be able to plant a little something in that crack. I'm not sure. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. Part of gardening's experimenting and trying new things. So this bed came from the other side, and this one. These 2 are brand new beds. We got the dirt given to us. It was free. We just had to go pick it up. A lot of shoveling to get it off the person's driveway. It was supposed to be a garden mix. It's not bad soil, but it needs some loving. You can see sort of how much darker this soil is compared to this. Now this one's been, let's see if I can get down here in the sun a little bit, but it just doesn't have the stuff, mine went blank, that this one does. This gardening mix here, I've been adding compost year after year. some manure, some compost, chicken manure after it's been composted down. And this is, I have to start working on that. I'm planting on top of the fabric because we have Bermuda. Oklahoma soil, lots and lots and lots of Bermuda, and it gets everywhere. And I'm trying to stop that. I'm actually concerned about bringing the soil in these two beds over because I'm sure there's going to be some Bermuda sprouts I'm going to have to try to dig out and keep out. I'll fence it all in so the chickens don't get into the garden. Though we've been having some problems with predators lately, so the chickens are currently locked up in their coop, but or in their run. So anyway, I'm almost done moving dirt, getting the bed set up, and looking forward to this gardening season. Well, the beds are all done, and I'm pretty excited. They look really good. Today is February 29th. Now that I've got this bed done, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and try to plant some spinach and some lettuce. You can see the little PVC pipes on the bed, and it's for putting in hoops. You can cover up with plastic if needed to help warm everything up. I've got 5 different kinds of, and the wind's about to blow everything away. I've got 3 spinaches and 2 lettuces I'm going to plant, and mainly because all of them are expired. 2013, 2014. The Grow Journey packet there says plant by 2019. Well, that was a few months ago, so I'm expecting their spinach to actually do pretty well. The other ones, it's going to be hit and miss because they're just so old. So I'm going to get that broadcasted in this bed and watered in, and go ahead and put the PVC pipes in and go from there. Catch you in a minute. All right, lettuce and spinach seeds are planted. I thought I had a lot more plastic than I had. I've used it all up, I guess, over the years. That's both good and bad when you buy a big roll. I didn't realize I was out, so I barely got to be able to cover this up. So I'm going to have to go and buy some more and probably recover this bed. Something I've learned, I saw this once before and thought it was a brilliant idea, and it's worked really well for me for the most part. But one of the things I've learned, we'll look over here at this one, is that when you do these, you should put a ring. If you put the PVC pipes in, make sure they're on the very end as well as just in the middle, because otherwise what ends up happening is while you're over here, you know, the plastic comes over to the edge and then just stops. It comes down. Depending on what you're growing, it's going to get too tall, it's going to run into the plastic and cause you some issues. So if you've got those PVC pipe ribs all the way to the end, it'll let the plants be able to grow higher for the whole length, not just in the middle. So when I do make new beds and I actually put these in again, that's something I'm definitely going to do. In this case, I'm just reusing a bed that I already had and didn't look to go ahead and do that. I may. Like I said earlier, we're looking at we may be moving to some new land before long, and I'm just trying some last minute stuff, trying something new again this year just to see how things go. Gardening's all about practice, all about learning something new each and every year, and that's what I'm trying to do again this year. I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to this. I've got tomato and pepper seeds in a greenhouse in my garage right now under grow lights, and hoping to get some more stuff planted under grow lights in a few weeks. But at the moment, things are going pretty good. Anyway, time to go clean up the mess I made earlier, and then I probably need to go weed underneath my blackberry vines and get some mulch under those. All right, that's good. Talk to y'all later. Bye.